Great opportunity to have a complete event full of title matches and nothing else. Hell, we have 11 total championships on the main roster, and yet WWE still felt the need to put some on the pre-show and give a non-title match a major spotlight on an event for champions only. WWE had the chance and blew it, so here's 11 sins to start things off tonight. Also replacing the King of the Ring finals, just to give Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan the non-title match, more screen time on an event for champions is worth an additional 5 sins. There's already so many sins that we haven't even started yet.
Defend what's yours.
Except for Roman Reigns, he has nothing to defend or to gain tonight. Another reason why his match tonight with Eric Rowan is unacceptable.
Skittles presents...
I want Skittles! I want Skittles! Seth Rollins is a double champion of the WWE cliche. What? It's happened so many times in the past 4 years and might as well be a cliche. Also, the decision to randomly put the Raw Tag Team Championship on Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman for no reason at all literally gave nothing in hype leading up to their Universal Championship match later tonight. Also, that one awkward moment when neither one of these teams competing in this match existed when we last had a pay-per-view. Man, I missed the fun party in my Kingdom of Toronto.
I like being the tag team champion.
With a kid.
One way or another that somebody's gonna double-cross the other.
Renee Young automatically assuming that Seth or Braun are going to backstab one another just because they're competing later tonight. I get why, but have a little faith. Rudolph the Glorious Tag Team won a tag team turmoil, and if they beat Seth and Strowman, they will win the tag team gold. We don't have Clash of Champions to bring you basically any in-ring introductions from any NXT TakeOver event. So is WWE ripping off themselves? Also, you know what would make these events cooler? If they dimmed all the lights and focused the spotlight solely on the ring, just like in NXT. That way, the fans can see the action clearly and not have to worry about a spotlight blinding them.
Focus on the Universal title match.
The fans are chanting, "Get these hands," which is fine. But if Robert Roode and Braun Strowman don't stop with a staring, they're gonna get these sins! This cameraman is disgusting, getting an extreme close-up of Robert Roode's ass, even though as far as I'm concerned, that is a glorious ass.
For the Universal titles?
Universal titles? Plural? Since when was there a second Universal Championship, Michael? Interesting discovery.
That's what needs to be the...
Seth Rollins reacted a little too late from, was Dolph Ziggler trying to yank his hair out or something?
The cover. Is it enough to win the...
Seth Rollins clearly kicks out before the referee could even begin counting, but the referee insists that he counts at least once. A 1 count on a no count.
Be careful not to get himself...
Come on, Dolph. Really? Again? When the missed punches are clearly shown, that's when things get bad.
Roman's on a ramp.
Dolph Ziggler hilariously backing up just so Braun could actually hit him in the corner.
Rollins!
Robert was watching Seth, blah blah blah, something about moving out of the way, something about his glorious ass. Oh wait, no, that was an earlier sin.
They weren't even a team a month ago.
Neither was Seth and Braun, yet they won the titles. Not a surprise that Robert and Dolph would do the same thing at this point.
Seth Rollins and I are still going to be the champions.
Can we please stop giving references that Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are a legitimate engaged couple? Congrats on the engagement, but still.
Just what is Sasha made of?
Fake pink hair and temper tantrums? Oops. Honestly, when I first joked about Charlotte Flair possibly winning as many titles as her father, I had no idea that WWE was being serious about it. She's had 9 title reigns and 3 times that amount of title matches. And guess why she got this title match? Because reasons.
Bayley has to beat me. I don't have to beat Bayley.
If Charlotte is the challenger for the SmackDown Women's title, that statement makes no sense whatsoever. The Bayley buddies were sadly late to the party. Probably were afraid of Bayley's new attitude.
Yeah. You used to lose your mind and come on.
One of the best things that ever came out of Bayley turning heel is we don't have to hear Byron Saxton's annoying fangirling. Thank heavens that's over. Now we just gotta find a way to get Michael Cole to stop saying boss time, and here comes the big dog.
Queen does not want that blemish on
Fake out moment to make us believe that Charlotte would defeat Bayley within seconds, which thankfully didn't happen, but even so.
Oh no. By Bayley.
While it was a surprise that Bayley used cheating tactics to win for the first time in her career, it's a shame that the match was cut so short. We didn't even have time to judge the match quality before it was over. Hell, I didn't even have time to write a sin for this thing. And that's a shame. Skittles bath. Wait, what? Previously on WWE. Also, normally when they have these flashbacks, it's to set up something that's coming up either next or later in the night. And neither the Shane McMahon / Kevin Owens storyline or the King of the Ring finals are here tonight, so this flashback is pointless. The Revival, a Raw tag team competing for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. That's not exactly a good thing. Stupid wild card rule. At least it will hopefully be put to rest when the draft arrives in October. New Day throw me pancake at my booty sign. That's, slightly disturbing if I'm being perfectly honest. Title kissing.
They will become the first team to hold the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
Corey Graves accidentally spoiled the result of this title match. Thanks for the spoiler alert, dumb shit.
You saw how Dawson went after the left knee.
That was clearly Dash Wilder who went after Xavier Woods' knee. Scott Dawson is on the apron. Tom Phillips just might be the most confused man in WWE. Oh, wait, didn't the botch guy say that belongs to Bobby Lashley or something?
Now Big E dropping Dawson.
That clothesline hurt so much, it caused Scott Dawson to spin himself around on the floor.
I talked to Big E earlier.
While I was likely sampling the New Day pancakes at the same time. Knowing Byron Saxon, that's probably exactly what he was doing.
This has essentially become a 2-on-1.
Copyright infringement. Is he asleep? Nah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Scott has Big E grounded in the corner and has all the chances to take advantage and win the championship, but take a wilder guess what he's doing wrong.
Went to the knee off the top turnbuckle.
Big E was about to throw Dash out of the ring one way, but proceeded to change his mind and throw him out the other way. Why the change? End result would be that Dash gets thrown out of the ring no matter which way it was. Not gonna lie, that shatter machine on the outside to Big E was brutal, so here's a sin off.
Woods is hurt. Woods is hurt.
Tom Phillips stating the obvious twice as though we didn't hear him the first time. Tom Phillips stating the obvious twice as though we didn't hear it the first time. True, the Revival win the match in the end, but it still made me cringe and yell at the screen when Scott decided not to pin Xavier after hitting the shatter machine. Don't scare me like that. Remember when the Revival first burst on the main roster and it took them forever to win the tag team titles? To the point where the impatient fans just gave up on them? Well, guess what? The Revival are the first team to have won the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown tag team titles, so history has been made. See what happens when you're patient enough?
Consider yourself revived.
Wah, wah. Alexa Bliss bringing back her Harley Quinn look gives us flashbacks to her first run on SmackDown back in 2016. Man, that was a fun time to be a WWE fan with the brand split. I get that R-Truth is trying to be incognito as the 24/7 champion, but there's honestly no need for an additional boom mic when we have Alexa Bliss talking with a live microphone. Also, on a Clash of Champions, the 24/7 championship didn't get a chance to actually have its own match. Just another chase scene that is never seen again.
Of Champions is presented by
Skipples! Skip!
Her team's bond is built on trust.
Yeah, so was her bond with Nia Jax and Mickie James. Look how those friendships turned out in the end.
The truth hurts, okay?
Corey Graves approves of bullying. No matter how great of a commentator he is, I do not condone bullying.
Mocking Mandy Rose.
That is fucking awesome. I'm gonna have to add in a sin for copy Rose infringement, but I gotta remove 2 sins because Nikki Cross does it better than Mandy Rose ever did. And the infringement sin.
What a sexy beast.
Okay, I get the praises for Nikki Cross mocking Mandy Rose's dance move, but sexy beast? Really?
You're like Dave Chappelle right now. Yeah.
Monologuing is a villain's greatest weakness, Sonya.
Didn't you retire last week?
Renee asked Corey if he retired last week when Corey has been retired from wrestling for about 5 years. Get with the program, Renee.
So over
It was
this.
unexpected.
Will you all just shut the fuck up already?
Come on!
It was exciting to see Alexa Bliss attempt to win the 24/7 championship while in the middle of defending her women's tag team championship. But unfortunately, since R-Truth kicked out, ran away, and never showed up again for the rest of the night, it was a waste of a great opportunity. At least Raw Reunion had epic 24/7 moments.
And Carmella escaping.
R-Truth had Carmella on his back and had to slowly go through the timekeeper's area. Are you seriously telling me that nobody thought to jump over the barricade and trap him from leaving?
Saying Alexa Bliss better watch out.
Nikki Cross mimicking Mandy and Sonya's kicks to Alexa. For a moment, I had a flashback to the Damien Mizdow days. Yikes. Sonya's shoulder is clearly off the ground and she's almost completely lying on her side. And it's in full view of the referee too, might I add. But sure, let's pretend this is a legal pinfall when it's not. Previously on Cock. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I want to restore the...
I don't know why, but I got this feeling that seeing The Miz giving fans a high five just doesn't seem right. Like it feels wrong and out of place for him.
I sustained a neck injury.
An injury so severe that it's caused me to have to improperly wear a neck brace. No joke, it wasn't even strapped on properly.
There you go, Shinsuke.
Sami Zayn must think he's Leo Rush, and it was annoying when Leo was constantly talking during Bobby Lashley's matches. Even worse when Sami Zayn is trying to mimic that.
You look about as good as Carolina did on Thursday.
I don't get the point of the bragging. After all, Sami Zayn and the Carolina Panthers go hand in hand when it comes to winning championships in their life.
Cheap shot, referee.
And now Sami Zayn is pretending to be Christian Maracle? Get out of here. That wasn't even a cheap shot, so your attempts at being a WWE sinner are feeble. Cho Sakagen Shikai. What's the point of throwing away the microphone? It's already cut off, so Sami can't use it to talk anyway.
You guys talk about this. He's mean.
Copy it infringement. Huh, that actually worked. Coming up with a lot of new creative terms for that sin now.
Contract winner.
Remember the good old days when people said The Miz stole these kicks from Daniel Bryan somehow when they are clearly the world famous It kicks? Good times, good times.
This.
Look out.
Well, damn, that was honestly creative on the part of Shinsuke Nakamura. I'll definitely remove a sin for that.
Oh, and now Miz.
The Miz, of all people, making the stupid mistake of running after Sami Zayn, which ultimately cost him the chance to become the 9-time Intercontinental Champion. His own stupidity.
Main event of pay-per-views.
Becky Lynch mentions Sasha Banks being in the main events of pay-per-views, but the video footage shows WrestleMania events, neither of which has Sasha ever headlined, but the one who brought up main events coincidentally did.
The boss's bitch.
Perfect representation of all Vince McMahon's employees. Oops, did I say that too loud?
Rents due.
Ha ha, get it? Because her last name is Banks and she's making money puns? Yeah, I think it's cringe too. Becky Lynch just did what I've always hoped wrestlers would do when their opponents do nothing but trash talk. About time.
Down Sasha. And
Ow, my hands!
Becky looking to climb to the top rope.
Indeed, Becky is hoping to climb to the top rope. However, she decides to jump out from the second rope instead.
We mentioned
Michael Cole says, "We mentioned," but then proceeded to say nothing whatsoever, leaving us in suspense of whatever it was going to be about.
and of course the Sasha Becky match.
Shasha? Who the hell is Shasha, Michael?
And oh, Becky.
Good lord, Michael Cole is being targeted for a lot of sins tonight. Not nearly as much as Mauro Ranallo did on the NXT Toronto 2 sins, but still, reacted before Becky could even kick Sasha. Damn you, Michael Cole, now you're making me screw up!
Pressure on the face of Becky Ch
Sorry, but that punch from Sasha was nowhere near devastating enough to be convincing of Becky being thrown onto the other side of the ring.
Boss. Oh, Sasha. Oh, Sasha Carter.
Gotta admire Sasha Banks and the sudden way she caught Becky Lynch into the Banks statement, so let's remove another sin.
So,
Discount Alexa Bliss, now we're just waiting on the Kylo Ren temper tantrum.
we have not seen this look on Becky's face.
Except for the many other times that Becky has been locked into submission hold, Renee. Anyone who would look like that when they're trapped in submissions. Sasha Banks is the challenger for the Raw Women's Championship, thus making her plan to use a chair one of the dumbest in this match.
Playing side hit.
Does Sasha actually care about winning the title or not? If she was willing to hit Becky with a chair in full view of the referee, probably not. She's already a failure at retaining championships. We shouldn't see her look like a failure in her attempts to win them.
And Becky. Oh my God.
The referee gets knocked down at the crucial point in the match, cliche. Also, Becky Lynch gets disqualified despite the fact that the referee was knocked out. If she managed to get disqualified for that, then how come this doesn't occur for the hundreds of times this situation happens?
With the chair.
Considering this was technically the end of the match, I guess it's appropriate to say post-match assault. Whenever the male wrestlers are fighting in the concession stands, security are all over the place. When the female wrestlers fight in the concession stands, no security to be found. Mustard abuse. Never thought I'd say that. That stupid motherfucker who tried to touch Sasha's ass. Not gonna lie, if I were Sasha Banks, I'd punch that fucker in the face. If I'm touched inappropriately by some random fan, I'm knocking their ass out because they deserve it. I can't believe I would ever sin Randy Orton's entrance, but sadly, his entrance tonight is exactly the same pace as the match he competes in tonight. Slow, 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 and making us wonder if it's over yet. For a WWE Championship match, that's just sad.
And puts down the Viper, no complaints.
Gosh darn it, stop spoiling the matches!
I'll do you one better. Tonight is even more important.
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? Oh, wait, wrong opportunity to use that joke. Damn it!
This match is presented by Gears.
The commentators have forgotten to announce their advertisements during the entrances and had to do them during the match instead. Standing, staring, stalling, and wasting time literally adds up to 90% of this 21-minute match, which is why it feels like we're here for an hour. I gotta make sure I don't lose my mind as I no longer possess the Sinfinity Gauntlet, so let's quickly add 20 sins so I don't have to deal with the stalling.
And is not going to hesitate to exploit.
You're funny, Corey. Randy Orton not gonna hesitate. That's hilarious.
Jack, trying to slow down.
What was the point of that pinfall? Neither of Kofi Kingston's shoulders were down, so why the count? This sequence goes on for almost 2 goddamn minutes. Whatever the fuck that was supposed to be. Is he mocking Kofi, the New Day, the referee, his own sexy abs?
Punishment.
Look out! And now outside!
I've completely given up on that now. This is the last time I'm addressing that dumb failed attempt to put Kofi through the table. Conversations during matches, as Randy clearly said jump. Thankfully not as loud as the time Bayley shouted arm drag to Lacey Evans. God, that was pathetic.
You're pathetic.
Well, what the fuck was that?
Maybe Orton did take too much time.
When even Byron Saxton or any commentator is calling out the sins in a WWE Championship match on pay-per-view, you know something is very wrong here. Here you go, now you can watch this match from the view of a screen above what you were actually watching it from, for whatever reason. Yeah, no. I will never be satisfied with this hype unless Randy Orton actually connects the punt kick again. Tired of all this build-up with no real motive to it. With all due respect, these segments with the Street Profits are starting to get stale. Been going on for 2 months and hasn't exactly been fun recently. Always fun to be in the presence of King Booker! As if we didn't have a weird sign earlier about pancakes and booty, now we got a sign saying Eric giggles at dough-up volleyball? Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
Oh, wait a minute, Roman!
Pre-match assault. Also, considering this is a no disqualification match, why not just ring the bell now? Remember the hundreds of matches that begun outside the ring?
No disqualifications in this match.
Just shut up with the rule reminders already. We already know how a freaking no disqualification match works. The rule is literally in the match name.
Oh my God! Oh!
You gotta be careful, Roman. Eric Rowan has experience in a stairs match. I'm sorry, that match name still makes me laugh because of how pathetic it sounds.
You're pathetic.
Okay, why is this happening? Seriously, who the hell's doing this? Take that, stairs! Unless Eric is blind, I'm pretty sure he would know that literally every single fan is looking at him during this moment.
Roman Reigns.
Oh,
See what happens when you slowly take your time disassembling the announce table, Roman? What a shame.
It's almost as if though Rowan's enjoying every moment.
Almost like he's enjoying every moment of this? Oh no, Eric is totally merciful about everything he's done to Roman over the last 2 months.
Stay down!
Eric yells at Roman to stay down, despite the fact that Roman actually is down. That phrase only makes sense if Roman was struggling to get to his feet, which he's not.
it's exposed face first!
Hands first.
It's all perfectly legal.
Let's just add in 5 sins so we don't have to hear the commentators remind us about how everything is legal in a no disqualification match.
Look at that chip kill!
Would have been a lot cooler if we got to see the impact from the camera attached to that. Luke Harper's sudden appearance definitely caught me off guard. No joke, my eyes were barely on the screen because I was looking at my phone really quickly. I saw the big boot, but dismissed it as Rowan countering the spear. Then I was shocked when I looked up and saw Luke Harper. That is how you make a sudden and unexpected return.
I'd even consider him a friend.
Braun Strowman blamed me for our tag team title loss and has only cared about taking the Universal Championship from me. But somehow I considered him a friend, even if it makes no sense.
Not what Rollins.
Haha, that fan accidentally got his sign knocked out of his hands by the guy wearing a number 12 jersey.
You gotta wonder how much.
Removing another sin for the quick way, Braun Strowman immediately runs over Seth Rollins upon the bell ringing. Aw, look, the newly married couple, off on their honeymoon. Sorry, Becky, but it looks like the man has been replaced with a monster. What a devastating headbutt to the air.
Dive again, Strowman driven into the tent.
One of the funniest and most awkward ways for an announce table to be destroyed.
Strowman with a splash!
Sure, Braun Strowman hurt his knee in that exchange, but honestly, he should have just stayed on top of Seth and completed the pinfall to win the Universal Championship before rolling around in pain. Having the Fiend take out Seth Rollins and set his sights on the Universal title was a perfect way to conclude this otherwise decent wrestling show. Excited for Hell in a Cell now.